Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Wednesday, the 3rd of January. With McShane, we're reading through the book of Ezra, today the 3rd chapter, the story of the Israelites coming back from exile and beginning to re-establish themselves. They settle in Jerusalem, but they don't really get on with things. And then we're told that the priests came and rebuilt the altar. And in verse 6 we're told, on the first day of the 7th month, they began to offer burnt offerings to the Lord, though the foundation of the Lord's temple had not yet been laid. So they were sitting with an imperfect situation. They ought to have a temple. The temple had been there, it had been destroyed, and they come, and the rebuilding of the temple just seemed like this task that was beyond them. And so it appears that they delayed until eventually the priests rebuilt the altar. And now we're told they began offering sacrifices despite the fact that they didn't have a temple. It was not a perfect situation. And as I read that, I thought, for myself, that really is a challenge, because I might not look like it, but I often tend towards perfectionism. I want to get things right. Let's do things properly, and let's wait until we've got it properly sorted out. And the problem with that is you can often end up waiting. And as I read that, I thought, it really does speak to us about the fact that it's sometimes better to do the right thing imperfectly rather than to hope for perfection and postpone indefinitely. And so for our lives, not only the church, but for our lives, it's a challenge to do the right thing because it's the right thing, even if we can't do it perfectly. Now, this isn't an excuse for doing things in a haphazard, slapdash, uncaring kind of way. You do the best you can. And if you can do better, then do better. But there is often a temptation to put off until you can do it absolutely perfectly. And you end up, well, certainly I end up, that you just keep on putting off and you never get round to it. And that seemed to be what the Israelites have been slipping towards. And so the priests ended up, let's just build the altar and begin the sacrifices, despite the fact that it's not perfect. And so if there are things that you need to do in your life, and there's challenges you face or things that you're wanting to get done, don't put it off indefinitely. If you can get things sorted out, do it. But rather start something imperfectly. You can always improve. You can always tweak it. You can always add to it and get things going better and until it is right, rather than waiting and putting off, because so often part of our sinful nature is we just put off indefinitely. So be challenged to do the right thing, even if it's not done perfectly. And as we do that, God is with us. And the Israelites were blessed. And we too are blessed as we do it.